So, okay, so that's why I couldn't tell that there were other places to go, because they were closed until, I guess we got large enough?
Yeah, that tracks.
Can't go that way.
Which is why we went outside.
It's like a, once we're big enough to get the teddy bear, we can open it kind of thing. Look at that.
But yeah, you should be able to go outside now. Get those
But
books.
first I would go up that ramp behind you. Look, there was a lot of stuff up there.
Well, not that much, actually.
Well, no, I guess not.
But now, like, while we're small, I think the intent is to put us under the porch, because everything else out here is way too big.
Let's see if we can get there. Whoa.
Follow the guns.
20 centimeters. Oh, no, that's not a very
20
good idea.
centimeters. Can we get the bird? No.
No.
I think we can
Let's
get
go
these
get the magnets.
Whoa. Let's see. Okay. Inside open yet? No.
Katana.
No.
We don't have a katana.
She's got her back.
the bear is like, no, you're not going up there. Screw you.
Did we get the books? That'd be a good way to jump.
You know what? Can we get them? Yeah, alright, there we go.
Alright. We're about halfway there. By the way, if anybody's watching this who has not played Katamari much, who's like, oh, Josh keeps missing things, I feel like I should stress this game is definitely harder than it looks.
Oh yeah, no, the controls are not easy.
Like, the difficulty of this game is that it's actually really hard to, like, get things. Like, you have so much momentum, and you have very little control over the ball. It requires a very delicate touch to get it going anywhere you want it to, and often if you miss something at high enough speed, it's not even really worth it to turn around and go back for it. I say often, I mean, obviously, like, being good at the game can make certain things a little more straightforward, but it also takes, like, there's not a lot of games you can rely on for similar skill sets. Like, it's not like, oh, I've played a lot of this kind of game.
Fuck. Come on.
I'll be honest, I've enjoyed Katamari a lot. I've beaten the first one. I feel like I got pretty far in the second one, but I was never good at it.
Oh shit, the toilet drains right into the area under the house. Just over here.
Walkie-talkies.
Radios.
50. Yeah.
I was just thinking to myself, like, what video game franchise would benefit the most from just basically straightforwardly recreating Katamari Damacy gameplay within its environment as, like, a minigame? Just, like, side content. And the immediate answer was, of course, the Yakuza series.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's literally just a Katamari game, but Kiryu is the one pushing the ball.
Well, they've introduced this whole VR thing, in they have VR inside Kamurocho environments as a conceit in like almost every game, actually. In the Judgment series, they actually make a point out of in having this minigame where you run around the city in VR and like fight enemies. Like, they make specifically enemies modeled after people that like your character has met in the previous game, with the justification that this shitheel dude, like minor villain, stole their identities and like their copy, like is doing like using their likenesses without permission.
There is a cool bit in Life is Strange True Colors where there, like, an entire chapter is basically just a LARP where you run around doing like quests in the town that are given to you by like other people, town members, to like go and do stuff and fight bosses, and it just kind of turns into a JRPG for a bit. With like the conceit that like, oh, this is a LARP. Everybody is just, ooh, we can go out here. Hello. Oh, what? Wait, does that lead anywhere? I probably shouldn't take the time to do this, but
no, don't do that. They get big toilet paper instead.
See, we've escaped the house now.
Yeah. Still no sign of that present.
I mean, he lost it. He was not... It's his fault.
Something I had noticed with the smaller ones, like, there's a much higher degree of inertia to this thing now that I've got so much stuff attached to it. Like, it does not accelerate the way it was. It's also much harder to turn.
I got about a minute.
Well,
he got
did
it.
Hey. Now just try not to fumble the ball.
That man is running away from us.
Yeah. Not without reason.
Oh, he just clipped through a wall! It's like, fuck this, I'm out. Goodbye. Boy. Hello. Did I get it?
Yep.
I think I got some.
Yep. Right in the middle of nap time.
Come here, kid. Ah.
I think this is the level
Alright, got him.
I think this is the level I was talking about before, where it ends just where things are getting good, because you're starting to feel like you can take on a building now, and you can't
Yeah.
yet. But, like, you're close.
Can we get the whole table? Can't tell what's happening.
But yeah, the pull out and the slow fade to white.
Yeah. I got a bunch of screens at the last minute there.
Yep. It's okay. You could do better. Well, since you're the prince, you should do much, much better. You collected the most playtime. My, Earth really is full of things. I think that's the one thing that he says every time.
Yes.
Go wild.
Alright, now the story progresses. God, I love this fucking block family. Like, they look so satisfying.
What's going on in the TV?
What?
It's just the cool mask.
Never seen a Tengu before?
But the nose was getting, like, Pinocchio'd.
I actually don't know why Tengu have a nose like that.
I like that he talks about all these different places, and the game functionally takes place in the same city every single level.
Like the same 5 square kilometers. Well, yeah, you keep dropping us in the same damn house.
Okay, it's a humanization of a bird's bill. Okay, yeah. We could probably go the rest of this week without me having to look up another Wikipedia article.
The king of all cosmos stole the present he is going to give us.
Wait, did he steal it, or was he complimenting the person?
He says
who
he
stole
stole it. No, I think he stole it. Maybe somebody else stole it from
check
him.
the
I don't know.
VAT. Alright, you're gonna have to get 1.5 meters.
All right.
A relaxed 1.5 meters, mind you. Yeah, okay.
So we're on a cat. No, we're on a dog.
You are smart. I like this song.
What? Oh, okay. I thought you were, like, joking about me specifically.
No, it's the lyrics of the song.
Ah! That was very rude of that frog.
It's a very satisfying game when it goes well. It's difficult to explain if you've never played it before. The oddly singular satisfaction of rolling up something that you were not previously able to roll up.
Yeah.
How would you describe the feeling, Josh?
I mean, yeah, there's a satisfying thing of, like, having this thing that was previously knocking you around and making you drop stuff, and then just being able to run over it without any, like, objection whatsoever.
Yeah, just like the little bloop.
Yeah.
There aren't many games like that. It feels usually like your ability to deal with the challenge scales linearly. Where, like,
Yeah.
okay, I could beat this 100% of the time, I could beat this 90% of the time, I could beat this 80% of the time. Obviously, generally going in the other direction, unless you're playing a game where you get gradually weaker. But this is very binary. You're big enough or you're not big enough. And once you're big enough, it's just like you blow through as many of them in a row as you like.
Yeah.
Also, just like the feedback in this game, like the the kind of like the noises, the like little bloops and blips, the like the kind of like little rumbles. Very, very satisfactory.
Squeak, yeah. An NES.
Famicom, I think you'll find.
That looks like the US version. I thought the Japanese Famicom was like red gold.
It's not even a Famicom.
I mean, no, it's what is it?
Super
actually?
Famicom?
It's just the game console. I don't think because like that's a.
Yeah, like it. I suspect.
Well, yeah, obviously they're not actually using Nintendo's trademarks, but
if they made a PlayStation 2 game that was just like where you just roll up Nintendos for no fucking reason, that would be very funny. Especially knowing like Sony particularly. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of the RPG games, you know, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Judgment, you know, that stuff. So in Lost Judgment, part of it is, the premise of it is that, like, you're kind of, like, adjacent to a high school, so some high schoolers, like, draft you into their mystery-solving club. And there's a bunch of there's like this whole side story where there's like 10 different clubs you join that each have their own minigame involved and their own storyline. And so like there's a robotics club that has like a strategy, like almost kind of like BattleBots, like area capture style minigame. There's like a motorcycle club that has basically like a road rash minigame.
I don't know how to do the push. I only learned how to do it on a keyboard.
It's alternating up and down on the left and right analog sticks.
Yes, but moving them in opposite directions. So when the right one is up, the left one is down.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
But there's an esports club also, which is it's fucking hilarious because like basically the esports club president is like a gamer rights advocate who's like telling the people in the club, I forbid you to study because we need to practice. Like, it's obviously like very self-aware, but like I was wondering leading up to it because I knew that there was an esports club. I'm like, oh, what's the game gonna be? Is it gonna be like are they gonna make like a fake MOBA? Or are they gonna like, what's it gonna be? You guys want to guess like what the mechanic is for the esports minigame?
DDR?
Like a DDR clone?
Yeah.
Josh, you want to take a stab at it?
For an esports game and a Yakuza as a minigame, is it... Well, Chris kind of already got rhythm game. Is it just like a card minigame?
It's literally, I could never have guessed this in a million years, so I don't, like, it's like such a 500 IQ play. It's literally just Virtua Fighter 5.
What?
They just
like put Virtua Fighter 5 into...
Yeah! Like, they just put arcade mode of Virtua Fighter 5 into the fucking video game. Whole cloth.
There we go. No, ow.
Which I think one of the things that I find so amusing about this is Virtua Fighter 5 came out in like 2006. Lost Judgment came out like a couple years ago.
I gotta understand that. Like, well, we've got this thing sitting here and not like we're using it for anything else. Let's just throw it in this game. Plus, like, it's probably easier to port something over that's old and thus relatively small and not particularly demanding. Where is this?
It's outside.
We are outside, Chris.
No, it's outside. It's where the king showed you. Over the 50 jump. Up here and to the left, I believe. Or yeah, you just passed it.
Okay. I can't quite get people yet. Okay.
I love it. Oh, and there's a balloon.
you missed the strike.
Yeah, I didn't do that very well.
I do just like the cheekiness of it.
We'll go for a spare here in a second.
Because like you lose control rolling down, and you're almost a little bit like,
no.
oh no, did I fuck up somehow? Oh yeah, now you're limping. You gotta even yourself out.
I do love the way that feels when you pick up a particularly large item and now you're lopsided.
Honestly, how like good and like in depth this is, considering like it's a fucking PlayStation 2 game, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, the size and the kind of fidelity of the map is pretty impressive for a game of this era.
I do wonder whether they'd like dynamically load a new level in when you change sizes, like when you get that little sparkly thing. Because like when we loaded this game, obviously we were on top of the dog, and the last time we visited the dog, he was running around. And I wonder if it waits for those periods of growth to sort of not just change the rules of the level, but like does it load a new instance with different entities with different behaviors, or does it just turn on the dog can walk around now option?